Positive identification of the trader's cruiser, linking to your tactical display.
He has both his eyes.
Follow my intercept course. Take us around the fiercest fighting, and deliver us near his flank.
Target shows no sign of evasion. General, forward weapons locked and ready.
Fire!
Your shield is down. Forward disruptors. Recharged and locked.
Hold fire. Lower shields.
General, they are beaten. I request the honor of delivering the final death stroke.
Maintain your position aft of their rear shield array until you hear from me directly. I will now bring an end to this charade. Chief Engineer, transport me to the Traitor's Bridge.
I care nothing for the damage to the engines. I want Chang! Shake him off and bring us back, or your head will adorn my...
Kalno, son of Geoff. I challenge you under the ancient rites of blood peace. Your officers will bear witness.
Chang, this is not one of your lectures at the Academy. This is a warship of the House of Geoff. Your life became my property the moment you beamed aboard. There will be no duel.
Our ancestors settled their differences in this fashion. The right of blood peace may have fallen out of favor in this decadent age, but it is no less binding today. Or will you flaunt your cowardice in the very presence of your men?
You are a fool, Chang. Chancellor Lorak will fall. His illness weakens him by the hour. Already he is unfit to lead the High Council. Withdraw this challenge. Join me, and I will ensure a proper place for you within my new government.
You cannot avoid my challenge, Kalno. If it is Lorak's fate to be deposed, so be it. I will ensure his successor will be a man of honor, not a cowardly son of Geoff.
Where are your famous words of Shakespeare now, Chang? Had you accepted my offer, you would have lived to fight your true enemy. Now you're just a globfly on the road to my ascension.
Poor player. Life's but a walking shadow. It's a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
Wow. Okay, so now we know how he lost his eye. All right, well, hello everybody. I am Geoffrey Pyrzynski, and I'm playing Star Trek Klingon Academy for the Mac. So, we're going to go ahead and load up a new game. I'm going to double check my options here really quick, make sure I've got everything appropriate. Yes, got everything maxed. If you don't know, I am using the MacBook Pro 15-inch late 2016 model, the one that came out with the touch bar, and I upgraded the video processor to have 4 gigabytes of RAM. And let's go ahead, let's start up a new game. Christopher Plummer, David Warner. Wow, they did so much detail on the city.
At last, this day has arrived. So many years of training, study, and instruction. Now I, Torlek, son of Rokva, have earned a place in this hall. The honor to my family name alone was worth the struggle. But what will the General think? Will he recognize that I possess the strength to lead my fellow warriors into battle? Will he... He's here.
Not very safe. No safety bars on that at all. Or railings, I should say.
I officially welcome you to the Klingon Defense Forces Elite Command Academy. You have surpassed your peers to earn a place within this distinguished hall. But I tell you, this is not enough. In the days to come, you will be tested well beyond your current limitations. Most of you will fail, and failure will mean your immediate dismissal from this institution. Past achievements mean nothing here. I am not interested in the names of your fathers, nor of your family's lineage. What I am interested in is your breaking point. How will you conduct yourselves in battle? How far will you go to preserve your honor and fulfill your duty? These are simple questions that will decide the fate of our empire. One day there will be a war with our true enemy, the Federation. There are those who disagree, but it will happen. Before that day arrives, your role within this great conflict must be determined. This academy was conceived to create the very finest warship commanders in the galaxy. Those few of you who succeed will be granted immediate command of a warship. For those who do not, there will be no disgrace. Whatever becomes of you, either at this academy or beyond, never forget, you are all Klingon Warriors. Klingon Warriors. I have placed a challenge before you. Let us conclude this address and begin the trials.
My gosh. I think we're going to skip the training mission in this because it's just, how do you, interact with the crew and whatnot. It's not going to play any part really on the mission or the later missions or anything like that. So we're just going to go ahead and skip this and go right into our first mission.
What a fine collection of warriors. So eager for battle. Are you prepared to destroy your enemy? Really? Today, you will fire the first shots in a campaign that will lead to the destruction of the Federation. This campaign is not real, but I assure you, it will be worse than real. If you can defeat them in my simulated trials, you will be able to defeat them anywhere, at any time. I believe you know when an enemy intends you harm, but are you truly prepared? Have you meticulously observed your enemy? Have you discerned his weaknesses, appraised his strengths, discovered his greatest hopes and fears? To know your enemy is to defeat him before you have faced him. Do not wait until you meet in the coldness of space, for space is the harshest instructor. In any future conflict, the Federation expects a coordinated assault by the Klingon and Romulan empires. They expect us to seize territory along the border, then entrench ourselves for a protracted conflict. Therefore, we will do no such thing. We will begin by creating a breach in the infamous neutral zone. Your task, as part of the Gorcha Group 1, will be to pave the way for our heavy strike forces. Over the years, Starfleet has installed powerful sensor probe nets along their side of the neutral zone to monitor our movements. while a cloaked vessel is extremely difficult to detect under normal conditions. It can be traced at short range by a sufficiently powerful probe net. We must destroy their probe nets without alerting Starfleet before our strike groups can cross the neutral zone. Jamming cruisers will be positioned along the probe net in the Targa sector. Once these are in place and all communications jammed, you will destroy the sensor probes and their monitoring stations. Now, make your approach. Under cloak. The element of surprise must be maintained. Good hunting.
Ooh. Unto the breach.
Sir,
Bird of prey.
Commander Thokmok is hailing the fleet.
Open channel.
I am Instructor Thokmok, and it is I who will evaluate your performance within these trials. It is my duty to recommend your advancement when you have earned it, or to seek your dismissal if you have failed.
That's Michael Dorn.
Do not confuse me with my famous brother, Colonel Worf, the Imperial Arbiter for the High Council. I am not here to speak for you or to defend you. I am here to help General Chang test you beyond your breaking point. Now that you know this, we will begin. In this mission, cadets, you are responsible for creating a breach in the Federation probe net along the neutral zone. You must destroy the monitoring stations in your assigned systems and several of their sensor probes. The element of surprise is crucial. Jamming cruisers have been ordered to disrupt enemy communications within each targeted system. Approach your targets while cloaked. Your assigned jamming cruiser will signal you for when to commence the attack. After your targets are destroyed, remain with your assigned jamming cruiser until it warps out. May Otter guide you, cadets. Cloak your vessels and proceed to the Federation border. Thokmok out.
Captain, we have received our assignment. We are to hit the Beta Ceti monitoring station and its probe net.
All right. Here we go. Alright, so destroy the monitoring station, cripple probe net, maintain element of surprise, defend the jamming cruiser, and scan the probe net as a secondary. Okay, so let's go ahead, and what I'd like to do is I'd like to go to Science Station by hitting 6. Then I'd like to change my sensor range to point blank.
Decrease sensor range.
That way I can use, that way the monitor up there is a little bit more useful. In this game, the monitor was, it goes so far out that like, if you got a ship that's like really far away, it looks like it's almost right on top of you. I'm not sure if that was intentional, if that was a bug, or it was just poor game design, but I like to use point blank for this. Alright, so what I like to do is I'd like to go to Engineer, then there's a power allocation for warping out. Warping out,
Engage power allocation.
as you can see here, it cloaks the vessel immediately, and yeah, now we can go ahead and it gives all the power to the warp engines. So as you can see, like our impulse speed, not the greatest right now, but hey, we're not worried about that. And Beta Ceti now. And warp 9 now. Okay. Alright, so we're in. Whoa, there's the probe net right ahead. Alright, so I'm going to change my
We have arrived in the Beta Ceti system undetected, sir.
stealth. I'm going to go ahead and start my approach. Oh, wait. We don't want to get close just yet. Let's see if we could talk to... Oh no, we can't talk to them. They're in a different system. The jamming cruiser...
The Huye Gong has begun jamming the system, sir. We are clear to proceed with our attack.
Wonderful. Okay. So let's go ahead and see if we could scan the probe net. Let's see. I think we have to change our targeting, actually. Hold on. Let's go to full stop here. So we go 2, 4, 5.
All stop.
Right away, sir.
Okay. Let's see if we can change our... So if we scan them. 6, 6, Alright, there's 6 mines here. Let's see here. Let's see if we could talk. Let's see. Target. Object in reticle. Okay, let's scan that. Oops. I keep thinking I'm playing Starfleet Academy. No, I have to do object in reticle, and then.
The control probe for this cluster has been identified, Captain.
Gotcha. Okay. So now that that's all figured out, we can go ahead and go for that monitoring station. I like to take out their sensors right away.
Engage power allocation.
So I'm going to do that by going to target, subsystem,
Target
and
sensors.
I'm going to go for their
Right away,
sensors.
sir.
Looks like it's on this side. Okay. Now you can see inside the scanner up there all the different reds and the yellows or browns. Those are neutral targets. We don't really have to worry about them that much. I'm going to go ahead, approach this under cloak, and see if we can do a whole lot of damage to those sensors. Oh! Looks like we might have been detected. How?
Engage power
Let's
allocation.
go ahead.
Boost power to damage control. Target all weapons. All stop.
Right away, sir.
Captain, a Federation starship has entered the system. The Beta Ceti monitoring
right.
station has been destroyed, sir.
Alright, let's go back to stealth mode and see if we can figure out who's jumping in on here. The USS Banting. Alright. 8, 2. Let's go ahead and target their
Target impulse engine.
impulse engines. Okay. Now they can move pretty fast, so I don't think I want to do an offensive posture.
Engage power
I think I'll just do
allocation.
regular posture. Ooh, yes. Now if I overload my warp engines, I can turn faster. Ah, I missed. Yeah, he's actually faster, or that ship is actually faster than a bird of prey. Alright, overload. Whoa. Emergency stop, emergency stop.
Engage power allocation. Engage power allocation. Engage power allocation.
At once, sir.
Okay. Alright. Oh, yes. That torpedo just clipped him real good. Made a mistake doing that. What's interesting to note is that there is no, there is not a counter for how many torpedoes you have left. In Starfleet Academy, you had to be careful about how many torpedoes you were using. Ah, there we go. Look at that. All right, let's do a flip. Done. This, it looks like you just have infinite amount of torpedoes. Oh, hull is at 0. They gotta be just ready to fall apart. There we go.
Sir, enemy resistance has been eliminated.
Alright, let's get going on this. Let's take out those Federation mines. I don't want them messing with the jamming cruiser or anything. Because we're going to have fleets, you know, pouring over this in a little bit. Look at all that twinkling over there. That's got to be the probe net. I guess we could just watch this thing blow up. Oh, no, too late. Alright, let's go ahead and get those mines. What I'm going to do is I'm actually going to set the ship to defensive mode. In other words, we're going to put a little bit more power to the shields because I just don't want, you know, we got 100% crew, 100% everything. I just don't want to get hurt in this.
Engage power
instead of
allocation.
clean. There we go. Let's see about that next mine. Yep. Who's next? Yeah. There we go. Alright, now let's go ahead and take on that probe net.
This sensor group has been disabled, Captain.
Ooh, wait, are there other mines? Ooh, there are. Ah, there it is. Federation mines.
Forward team is down. Transporters, heavily damaged.
Great.
We are receiving reports of crew casualties, sir.
I was way too close to that. Okay. Let's do
Engage
a
power
withdraw and
allocation.
repair.
At once, sir.
So now I'm going to go to engineer. I'm going to say, I'm going to go to helm. I'm going to say impulse
All
to
stop.
all stop. Okay. And I'm going to go to medical. And I'm going to prep the sick
Medical
bay
emergency.
and put it at a medical emergency. So now let's go ahead and check out the ship. So we're going to go to stations. And let's go to
Helm,
medical
you have the
first to see how everybody's doing. Alright, well we have one person who's wounded and another who's critical. So there we have just 12 people to run this entire ship. We have 5 Marines. Their status is green, meaning that, you know, they're very new to all this. All right, so let's go ahead and check out our damage. Transporters, they were not doing so hot. Let's go ahead, boost that up. Let's go over here to the hull and let's go ahead and make that full. 6 minutes, that will be done. That'll be done. How are my disruptors, my photon torpedoes? Everything else seemed to be okay. So let's go ahead and just lower that again. Jeez, those mines were powerful. Alright, let's go back to medical. Alright, now we've got 2 wounded, so that's not bad. Let's hopefully they can come back to duty. Because the more and more crew that you lose, the less efficient the repairs get, you know, your weapons don't target as well, and basically your overall ship performance starts to decline. At least that's the way that I understood it when I played this game last time. So let's go ahead and start taking out...
Engage power allocation.
131,
At once, sir.
Medical
514,
emergency.
1,
Boost
2,
power to damage control.
8.
At once, sir.
Medical emergency.
By your command.
Drop power to damage control.
At once, sir.
Alright, there we go. So let's just slowly crawl through and alright. Let's start just taking this apart. Alright, now that's a prime, so that means... Oh, by the way, check this out. You see how the cursor up here, or the targeting reticules, they don't have that lock on the top? Now see how they're bigger? That means we've locked this target.
This sensor group has been disabled,
Alright.
Captain.
Now my crew's at 91%, so it must mean that one of our crew members came back to active duty. Let's get that back up to 100% before we close out this mission. Just go ahead and have a lot of fun just blasting away at all this.
Medical emergency.
By your command.
Just make sure that we're at a medical emergency.
This sensor group has been disabled, Captain.
Alright, so let's go 5,
by
1,
to receive
2,
wounded.
because now
By
our
your
crew is at 100%, so let's
Boost
go
power to damage control.
boost the damage control. Alright, who's next? Well, we have both wings and everything, so I think we can actually get our hull integrity back up to 100%.
This sensor group has been disabled, Captain.
Wow, this is resilient.
This sensor group has been disabled, Captain.
If I target this one, the mission will end. So let's go ahead and just have a little bit more fun. E2. A6. How did I miss A6?
Engage power allocation.
Now, I'm back at 100%,
Engage
so
power allocation.
At once, sir.
let's go ahead and just go through these guys real quick. Now, we're not going to do the prime one. Let's go through the rest of them. I just don't want to leave any sensor probes here for the Federation. Though you can complete the mission by just taking out the primes. But it's not as fun. Alright, I think this is our last one, right? Oh, no! F6. F06. How did I miss you? And now, the final one. Oh, no! Alright, let's go ahead. 360 no scope! Oh, there we
Sensor
go.
group has been disabled, Captain. The Federation probe net has been disabled, sir. Mission objective complete.
You have
Well, I guess Michael Dorn couldn't say his line. Basically, it was just going to tell us to report to debriefing. Alright, let's see our
You
debrief.
succeeded in completing your objectives quickly and efficiently. Good work. Let us see how well you do now that the war has actually begun. Dismissed, Cadet.
Alright. 44 personal victories. They must be from all the probes that I destroyed. Anyway. Yep, passed everything. Let's go ahead and save this game. Unto the breach. Alright. Yes, Star Trek games. Alright. Alright, just be safe. Alright, well, I will see you all in the next mission.